Hello Internet and welcome to another episode of Bazzle Spot Live. So, again, we're here on Battle Spot. We are going to do some games with lovely Trick Room team and see how we go. So, yeah, hopefully you've seen this week. It is a little bit different to, the past week's Trick Room team, just a little bit different. Just because I've got the Gigalith here, so no Snorlax, swap that one out. Gigalith does help in a few matchups. I suppose I'm a little bit weak to things like Garchomp now. I've got 3 ground weaknesses, as you can see there, the 3 at the end there. But I've been quite liking the Gigalith, to be honest. So let's look for a battle. Let's see how we go, and hopefully we'll enjoy this experience playing on the battle spot. As for next week and the future, don't know. I don't know if I'll have built another team in time that I like, or what I'll be using. So who knows? I don't know what I'll be doing. So again, any suggestions, please feel free to suggest things for me, and I'll see what I can do. So it does seem to be taking a while to find an opponent here, though. But fingers crossed, one will bound towards us, full of enthusiasm, looking forward to their moment of glory on the great Bazzle Spot Live, as I'm sure all of you would be, wouldn't you? All right then. So I don't know. Are we going to get an opponent? It's building suspense, isn't it? It's about now. It'll say fail looking for an opponent. Try again. No one wants to play you. This is BattleSpot's way of telling me no one does want to be on my channel after all. Oh, here we go. Finally, someone from the Netherlands called Freeze. So yeah, there we go. After all that waffling, we actually found an opponent with a QR code team. So this guy has got the ever wonderful and not at all tiresome and boring combination of Arcanine and Garchomp, with other friends as well. What do we think? I mean, in Trick Room, his team looks pretty weak to Trick Room. If I've got the right thing in Trick Room. What do we want to do here? Like, I kind of want to go with Hariyama, but he's got the Tapu Lele, which always scares me off, leading with Hariyama at least. So I'm going to go with Oranguru, and I'm going to go with Metagross, this old chestnut. And what else do we want? I mean, we definitely want either one of Hariyama and Torkoal, but do we want both? Do we want Gigalith or not? Gigalith is good against the Mandibuzz, Arcanine, and Tapu Lele with the Heavy Slam, so I think I do want Gigalith. But then do we want Torkoal, or do we want Hariyama? That is indeed the question. And I think I'm going to go with Torkoal, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference here, to be honest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Hariyama could have given us, some more options with Fake Out and whatnot, but as long as I do get Trick Room up here, his team did look pretty weak to Trick Room, so I don't know, worst case scenario, Garchomp, Arcanine, okay, so there's the Tapu Lele, which is what scared me off leading with the Hariyama. And yeah, okay, so I should be getting Trick Room here now, unless like a Tectonic Rage and Moonblast knock out my Oranguru. Maybe he gets a critical hit on one of them, but if he does do that, then he should be losing both of his Pokemon to an Explosion. So Trick Room, Explosion. The thing in this situation is that Tapu Lele is normally threatened by Metagross anyway, so it might protect, it might switch anyway, but obviously the Garchomp does cover that, but he would be sacrificing Trick Room. The most important thing right now is that I do get Trick Room up, and I think I should be able to here. So let's see. Let's see how our opponent decides to deal with this. That looks like either a Scarf Tapu Lele or a very slow Garchomp. We'll see. Is it Z move? It is Z move, yeah. Okay, so I'm probably going to be losing my Metagross here, which is unfortunate. But at least we know that I mean, we don't know, I suppose, but we can assume that the Tapu Lele is Choice Scarfed into Taunt. And he's just used his Z move, so he can't really just sort of Earthquake all the time now as well. So how do we want to play this? Do we want... Gigalith or Torkoal? Like, the funny thing is, if I'd taken Hariyama, I think I would have brought in Hariyama here. Because a double close combat would have knocked out the Garchomp. The Tapu Lele doesn't... I mean, if it is locked into thingy, it's not really doing anything to us. I'm going to put the Torkoal out. But I have a decision to make. Either I just go for 2 Eruptions, Eruption, Instruct, Eruption. But Garchomp should survive that. I mean, the only thing that really he can bring into an Eruption is his Arcanine, if he's brought it, which he probably should have done. Or I could protect my Torkoal, go for the Psyshock into the Garchomp, and that would put it in a range of into 2 Eruptions. But to Earthquake, he has to bring in his Mandibuzz, which definitely does not want to take 2 Eruptions. So actually I am just going to go for the simple move of Instruct and Erupt. Oh, so it's... Oh, okay then. So he is going for an Earthquake here. The Tapu Lele is not scarfed, after all. So the Garchomp is... I guess the Garchomp is adamant and his Tapu Lele is timid. Well, that's a turn up for the books. Didn't expect that. I suppose Tauntaun on the Scarf Tapu Lele is a little bit silly, isn't it? But, I don't know. I didn't see that coming. The 4th move on Scarf Tapu Lele is always sort of in the air. It could be a bit of everything, really, couldn't it? But, I mean, Earthquake does just over half to the Torkoal, which is an unfortunate amount of damage. But because we know the Tapu Lele is timid now, it probably isn't that bulky, and a Flamethrower might knock it out. So I could just go straight for a Psyshock into the Garchomp, which should knock it out, and a Flamethrower now into the Tapu Lele, which definitely won't appreciate it if it does survive. I'm just thinking of what are the things that he has got that can take care of my Gigalith. The Garchomp is definitely one of them, so if I can take care of the Garchomp, my Gigalith is going to have a much better time. Yeah, Flamethrower with a critical hit does knock the Tapu Lele out. Don't know if that mattered or not. Psychic Terrain boosted, Psyshock does knock the Garchomp out. So let's see what he's got in the back. I mean, if he's got Arcanine, then my Gigalith is okay, but it depends on what the partner to the potential Arcanine is. Tapu Koko, okay. Right then. Ooh, Katana as well. Okay. So Gigalith not so good here after all then, and all of a sudden, Torkoal becomes very important. So we've got 2 turns of Trick Room left. Will 2 Eruptions knock out the Tapu Koko? Because if it doesn't... Oh, this is a tricky position now. If 2 Eruptions don't knock out the Tapu Koko, he can protect his Katana and just Thunderbolt my Torkoal and knock it out, and then I think I'd lose. Katana might be Assault Vested as well. How do we look at his team? I mean, there's nothing on there that would want a Focus Sash, so maybe it could be Focus Sash and it could be able to protect. I think I've got to just go for a an Eruption here, an Instruct. We are in the sun. We are still... Okay, so no Protector, so maybe it is Assault Vested then. I mean, these Eruptions are still going to have a base power of about 70. So, yeah, and even two base powered, roughly 70 Eruptions does still knock out the Tapu Koko. So, I was fine doing this after all. So, a little bit of a, a scary moment there with the interesting speeds my opponent has chosen with this team. But I'm glad to kick things off with a win. So, there we go. Thank you for the battle, Mr. Freeze. And let's find another one. Let's see if we can, delve further into the 1,700s. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next week, to be honest. So, like I was saying. So, I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I mean, there's still more teams that I suppose I could try and put together. Yes, I do want to continue battling. I have actually been playing, and bear in mind this was recorded just over a week ago from when it's actually going up. I'm quite busy. I have been playing a little bit with, and when I say a little bit, I mean like sort of 6-7 games with Circuitry and Smurgle. Just sort of pretending to do the whole Smurgle Xerneas thing, but Smurgle Circuitry instead. And I sort of liked it. I don't know. I mean, I think there's some potential. The problem with Circuitry is its speed here. Like, Scarf Garchomp is a bit more common at the moment. So, I don't know, in Tailwind, Trick Room, I don't know how you'd want to go with Circuitry. It's got a really awkward speed, but it hits very, very hard, and that's what I quite like about it. Tail Glow is a little bit sort of overkill in a way, but it means that I suppose maybe you don't have to run so much coverage on it, but anyway, we find someone with this team looks familiar. That name looks familiar. I can't remember if I've played this guy or not recently, but he's got a team. He's definitely got a team. It does look familiar. I feel like I have seen this. I do feel like I've seen this. But what do we want to do? Hariyama, blah blah blah. This is tricky. Metagross actually looks alright here, outside of his Garchomp. What do we want to do? I'm going to go with Oranguru Metagross. And ooh, I think my own Hariyama would be nice here, to be honest. I'm going to go Hariyama and Torkoal in this one. So sorry Gigalith, but there's nothing on here that I think I really need Gigalith for. No Mandibuzzes, no Arcanines, nothing really sort of too weak to sort of Rock and Steel. So I think I'm alright doing this. He might lead with his Gar. I mean, you've got to expect he'll lead with his Garchomp. They always do lead with their Garchomp, unless they don't. But they normally do. Oh no, unless they don't. There you go. He doesn't. So right. Well, you got to expect then. He's maybe going to go for like a Fake Out into one of them, and like a Bug Buzz won't knock out Oranguru from where it is, but I don't want him to just sort of Fake Out Bug Buzz into the Oranguru. I suppose if he does do that, I could get a free knockout with my Metagross. What did he have in the back? Okay, nothing really, apart from the Kartana. Nothing wants to take a Choice Banded Zen Headbutt. So what I'm going to do is, well, we might Fake Out and Bug Buzz into the Metagross, actually. That wouldn't be good. So actually, I'm gonna go for a Trick Room and Explode, actually. So a very last minute change of plan here, because I did think, yeah, he might go for the Fake Out into the Metagross and Bug Buzz into okay, I don't mind that too much. It does mean that both of his Pokemon are going to be faster than my Metagross here, so I do want to get rid of it. Either by letting him knock me out or by exploding. So we'll do this, and then we'll bring something in. Ooh, yeah, I don't think I've played this very well. Don't think I've thought things through too much. Turn 1. I think turn 1 I should have done things differently. I should have maybe protected Oranguru and brought in my own Hariyama, maybe? I mean, I'm expecting a Bug Buzz and knockoff into my Metagross here. Yeah. Or a double target of any means into it. Oh no, okay, well maybe not then. So, It's not a choice banded explosion anymore, but it's still an explosion, and I don't think it'll knock out either of these Pokemon, but it'll do a chunk to them. I mean, Hariyama could have had Wide Guard as well. Yeah, so both of them do survive there. And it's one of those annoying bulky Vikavolt as well. Alright then, so... Oh, actually, it's not a Super Berry, it's just a Citrus Berry. So now I'm going to put the Torkoal in. And again, he could Wide Guard. He hasn't got a Flame Orb, has he, on his Hariyama? So it might be Assault Vested. In which case it won't have Wide Guard. But how much... I mean, it could be Zed fighting Gem. How much of a risk do I want to take there? Is Oranguru slower than his Hariyama as well? Because if it is, I could just Flamethrower and Psyshock into this Hariyama. Into the Hariyama. And I think that's what I am going to do. So yeah, I'm just going to Psyshock. I'm minimum speed. If his Hariyama isn't minimum speed, then Oranguru will be faster. But yeah, his team doesn't look that Trick Room oriented, so maybe it won't be minimum speed. And Flamethrower it into the Vikavolt. So ooh, he does Wide Guard. Nice. Okay, so he's losing both of his Pokemon now. Good. Yeah, right. So, yeah, not... that's interesting, that, isn't it? Like, making assumptions based on, you know, common items and movesets and stuff. Because he didn't have, like... I'm guessing the two most common items for Hariyama this year are Flame Orb and Assault Vest. Because he didn't have the Flame Orb, I suppose it's a reasonable assumption to make that he's got an Assault Vest, in which case he won't have Wide Guard. But you can't make plays on assumptions like that, especially when there are safer options like that too. So, yeah, good. I'm glad that I thought about that turn at least. Garchomp is a problem. I mean, we have got Hariyama in the back, which is okay against it. He hasn't used any Z moves yet, has he? No. How many turns of Trick Room have we got left? 2. So we've got 2 turns of Trick Room left. And I think I'm just going to go for... I mean, it looks very, very simple and straightforward. It looks like I'm not making any sort of thought about this turn, does it? But I'm going to go for an Instruct and Eruption as well, because if the Katana doesn't protect, then like if that's the one that's Assault Vested, then that's fantastic. But if it does protect and the Garchomp attacks, if it goes for a Tectonic Rage, it has to Tectonic Rage into the Torkoal to knock it out. If it just goes for an Earthquake, then Torkoal survives, and I can basically attack the Katana, you know, assuming he doesn't get a double protect the next turn as well. It looks like it probably was Assault Vested, and Oranguru and Torkoal are just going to, you know, clean this game through now. So, yeah, it looks like a pretty sort of simple ending there, but I don't know, it was a little bit scary, this game, to be honest. Yeah, so, I mean, if he'd protected the Katana then, Tectonic Rage would have knocked out the Torkoal. I could have brought in the Hariyama, and then, like, Instruct Close Combated, maybe. Oh, actually, don't know. Close Combated... I mean, at that point, the Garchomp would have been on the littlest amount of HP, so I could have gone for a Psyshock into the Garchomp, although he could have protected that, and... okay, so maybe it wouldn't have been over. I mean, I think I would have been comfortable, but it wouldn't have been completely over. Yes, I mean, if he had gone for the Tectonic Rage, he would have knocked out my Torkoal. I would have still had my Oranguru though, so Oranguru and Hariyama in the back would have hopefully been able to have won through. Yeah, it would have been a bit closer, I suppose, wouldn't it? But you know, that's what happens when you don't protect your Katana in front of a Torkoal, I suppose, isn't it? So you know, I suppose this is a little bit shorter, but you know, I hope you don't mind if we just sort of you know, don't do another game now. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. Again, I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, I hope you've got something from this. You know, hope you've enjoyed using the team if you used it alongside me. So thank you. Please, you know, like and share, and you know, show some appreciation, all the rest of it. You know, I do appreciate all that lot. Thank you, and ta-ra, goodbye for now.